Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to preview the Jets vs. Bills game that's coming up this Sunday at MetLife Stadium, kicking off at 1 p.m. Mike White has officially been named the starter for this game, as Zach Wilson is still nursing his knee injury, as he did return to practice this week, and the New York Jets are playing it really smart. They do not want to rush Zach Wilson out there after he injured his PCL. So Mike White gets his third start of the season for him, and I'm really excited to see what Mike White can do, because we're going up against our division rival, the Buffalo Bills, for the first time this season, and the Bills are coming off a terrible loss, and we know they're going to be very motivated, and they also have the best defense in the entire NFL, and the Jets offense has been scorching hot ever since Mike LaFleur went to the booth, ever since Mike White and Josh Johnson took over for this Jets offense. They've been really good, having just under 1,000 total yards in 2 games, 64 points, 8 touchdowns in 2 games. So the offense has been clicking on all cylinders. This is going to be a really big test for the New York Jets going up against a very good defense for the Buffalo Bills. So in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts about what the Jets need to do in order to pull off the upset, and if it's even possible. Because as we know, guys, the only 2 wins the Jets have this year are against 2 playoff teams in the AFC, the Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm not here to tell you guys that the Jets are going to beat the Buffalo Bills. I'm not going to say with a straight face that I think that's going to happen. But anything is possible, because we know that this Jets team, whenever we go into a game where we are the heavy underdogs, this team seems to play with a lot of fire, a lot of desire, and Robert Saleh has them ready. And there's a lot of things that needs to be cleaned up because the defense has been looking so bad. So in this video, I really want to give you guys my thoughts about what the Jets need to do in order to get this W. Before I hop into it, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Jets Media, please make sure you smash that subscribe button. And if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYJets_media. And if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So starting off with the Bills offense, Josh Allen is coming off probably one of his worst performances of the season, and one of his worst performances in a long time. As we know, Josh Allen absolutely took over the league last year in year number 3, and he is probably one of the top, upcoming quarterbacks in the NFL. We all know that when we drafted Sam Darnold, we thought it was, but I did. I thought it was going to be Josh Allen versus Sam Darnold all these years, and now Sam Darnold's over in Carolina looking absolutely terrible. He's injured. The Panthers just signed Cam Newton, which is pretty insane. And now here we are. Josh Allen is officially their franchise quarterback. They signed him to a crazy extension, and he is their guy. Now, what do the Jets need to do in order to stop Josh Allen and contain him? I watched a lot of film on the Buffalo Bills offense so far to prepare for this video, and I realized that their run game has been non-existent. The Buffalo Bills run game is not good, and we got absolutely torched by the Indianapolis Colts run game. So if the New York Jets can take advantage of that, stop the run game, dominate the line of scrimmage, and force Josh Allen to beat us with his arm, that's really what the Buffalo Bills have been doing all season long. They never rely on their run game, so it's not that big of a deal if we do stop them, because the number one thing we have to worry about is Josh Allen. He's a weapon not only with his arm, but he can run the ball as well. So if the Jets can get pressure on Josh Allen on the defensive side of the ball, that's where it's all going to be. If we win this game, that's what's going to happen. I feel like the Jets, the 2 wins that we do have, we've won the game because our defensive line took over. Against the Tennessee Titans, we had 7 sacks on Ryan Tannehill. Against the Cincinnati Bengals, I think we had 3 or 4 sacks, and we had really timely defensive stops. And obviously, the offense did a lot in those 2 games as well. But the defense has been the really big issue for the past 4 weeks. And I said it in a lot of my videos, guys. It's really interesting. If you guys want to look back at the Jets season so far, to start off the season, the offense was the issue. The defense was keeping them in games. Now here we are. The last 4 games, it's been the opposite. The offense has been keeping us in games. The defense has been disappointing. So now the Jets, halfway through the year, they have to make sure they can get both phases of the ball clicking at the same time. And that's really what I expected this year. I never expected the Jets to go out there and be dominating all 3 phases of the ball. Every single game is going to be a lot of ups and downs. That's just the reality of having a young team, a young coaching staff. And it's a good sign that we saw a lot of potential on both sides of the ball. Obviously not at the same time, but that's really where we want to see. So this is going to be a really big test for the Jets defense, because the Bills offense is really electric. Bryce Hall is going to be matched up against Stephon Diggs. We did really good against Jamar Chase 2 games ago, and I really like what we saw there. He was the hottest receiver coming into that game against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Jets shut him down. And then Michael Pittman Jr., that was a big test for them. They disappointed. Michael Pittman Jr., the entire Colts offense just absolutely destroyed us. The Jets defense was was absolutely terrible. So what I want to see from this Jets defense is make sure we contain Josh Allen in the pocket and get pressure on him, because I feel like that's where we're going to win or lose this game, at the line of scrimmage. Because the reason why the Colts just absolutely scored on us at will on primetime football is because we were getting dominated at the line of scrimmage, and the Colts offensive line is great. The Bills have a lot of injuries up front at their offensive line position. They're lacking a lot of depth, and I think we have to take full advantage of that. And if we want to win this game, Quinton Williams, Sheldon Rankins, Foley, all these guys up front need to take advantage. And another guy that needs to have a bounce back game is CJ Mosey, because he had a very disappointing outing against the Colts, and the defense looks so terrible. And also, Marcus May's out for the year. We have some experience without Marcus May. He was injured before he came back and injured his Achilles. So Ashton Davis can have to step up, Wilson, all these guys. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over there. Now, flipping it over to the Jets offensive side of the ball. This is going to be a really interesting matchup because, like I said in the beginning of the video, guys, the Bills have the best defense in the entire NFL, and now we have a red-hot Jets offense coming in and versing this really good Bills defense. So what I want to see from Mike White and the Jets offense is make sure they get the young playmakers the ball. Make sure Elijah Moore gets his targets, because I think that this is the time where Elijah Moore can take over the league. I know that a lot of Jets fans, including myself, had a lot of hope and optimism for Elijah Moore coming out of training camp. He was a talk of it. All the beat reporters were saying Elijah Moore is going to be a star. He's the best player on this entire team. Even I went to Jets training camp and I saw with my own eyes Elijah Moore, and I'm like, oh my God. He really is that good. I mean, the hype is real. He gets in and out of his cuts like absolutely phenomenally. Like, he's just a great playmaker, and he started off the season really slow, but now he's coming off a breakoff performance against the Colts, and the Jets need to make sure they get him involved early, because he is a guy that can take the ball to the house whenever he gets the ball in his hands. Also, Corey Davis looks like he'll be returning, which is a really good thing for the New York Jets offense. You know, we've been doing really good without Corey Davis, so can you imagine what we're going to do when our number one wide receiver is out there? Denzel Mims is on the COVID list, so I'm unsure if he's going to be able to make this game. And then when it comes to the running back room, I want to see Michael Carter get the ball a ton, as well as Ty Johnson. I feel like the Jets playmakers, they're developing, which is a really good sign, because early on the season, like I said, guys, it was a really tough time for this offense to click on all cylinders. So hopefully we can get Elijah Moore the ball, we can give Michael Carter the ball in space, and we can establish a run game, because this New York Jets offense has been looking really good the past couple of weeks. We got a really big test. Now, when it comes to the quarterback position of Mike White, what I want to see from him is play turnover-free football, protect the ball at all costs, don't try to force it, play within the system. Basically do everything he's been doing for the past 2 weeks. We saw what he did against the Bengals. We saw what he did against the Colts in his limited 2 drives. He looked absolutely spectacular. You cannot really criticize anything he did. You can say, like, oh, well, he didn't really stretch the ball down the field. Or, hey, sometimes you don't have to throw the ball down the field. You do what the defense is giving you, and that's exactly what Mike White's been doing. He's playing within the system. He's taking the underneath routes. He's giving the ball to Michael Carter in space, Elijah Moore, and that's exactly what this Jets offense is all about. He's executing the offense the way it's supposed to be executed, which is a really good sign, because this offense, I know a lot of people wanted Mike LaFleur gone already in the beginning of the year, and I was like, no, we need to give Mike LaFleur time. He's developing just like these young players. He's a young offensive coordinator, and he's finally comfortable in the booth. He has a veteran quarterback who made his first NFL start historically, and Mike effing White, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Hopefully Mike White can keep up with Josh Allen, because I don't really have that much trust in the Jets defense to, absolutely shut down the Bills offense. I'm expecting the Bills to put up at least 20 plus points, so it's all up to this Jets offense to keep up with them. And I feel like this is a really big test, because like I said, guys, the Bills have the best defense in the NFL, and this is going to be a really big dogfight. And also, the Bills, they're coming off an absolutely terrible loss on the road to Jacksonville, and you know they're going to be determined. You know Sean McDermott's a great coach. You know that they're a playoff team, so they're not going to go into this game taking us lightly. This is a must-win for the Buffalo Bills, and it could be a trap game. Hopefully the New York Jets can take advantage. I don't think it's going to be, one of those games that the Jets can easily win. It's going to be, we're obviously the heavy underdogs, and the Jets have to be clicking on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball in order for us to get this W. We need to play with more, sense of urgency and energy if we want to get this W. I feel like that's how we won against the Bengals and Titans. We went out there and we punched them in the mouth. We were that all gas, no break mentality that Robert Saleh always tries to say, and That's how we got to win this game if we want to pull off the upset. So, guys, leave a comment down below your thoughts about this game. What do the Jets need to do in order to get the upset? I feel like it really all starts at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. The defensive line has to step up because the defensive line has been disappointing the past couple of games. And if they can step up and do what they've been doing for the first half of the season, then I like our chances of containing Josh Allen in the pocket. Make sure he does not beat us with his legs. Sack him at least 4 to 5 times. I think the only way we beat the Bills is if we get Josh Allen on the ground at least 4 to 5 times to rattle him, and hopefully he can, fumble the ball and force some turnovers. We will see what happens. So, guys, please leave a comment down below your thoughts about the video and your thoughts about this upcoming Bills and Jets game. I'm super excited for this game, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go, Jets. Peace.